Okay, part 4 of the shelf bracket project. We're going to make a name tag from an aluminium strip like we did in the workshop, and we will add our name into it, sort of using an engraving type function. Okay, so first thing we want to do is add holes to the side of this horizontal tube, so we can use pop rivets to attach the nameplate. So first thing to do is activate your horizontal tube. So we're going to use the hole command, and we want the whole information to get listed along here. Okay, so hole, and then click that surface. I'm just going to zoom in, and I am actually going to just go in the front view like so. So currently, my hole is 5, which is what I want. So make sure your hole is only 5mm wide in diameter and only 2mm deep. Then you can use the reference command and then click an edge. Now, if this doesn't appear, if you're not able to select that edge, just come and remind Fusion. Just click on activate and remind Fusion that you are actually working on that horizontal tube, and it should just kick it back into action. I'm going to go 30mm from that edge, and then I'm going to, my other reference, I'm going to go from this edge, 25, and then you can just click OK. Good, that has actually gone through, so if I just, you can see that, yeah, you see, so that's nice. See, that's 2mm. Just use a view cube, go back to the front view. We're still activated, hole on the surface. 5, 2 is good. Select, I'm going to go from this edge, I'm going to make it 70. And then again, off that bottom edge, 25 is halfway up the 50mm tube. Click OK. Right. Activates the whole project. Another click just to bring the color back. And we're going to create a new component. Right click or 2-finger click on a Mac. New component. Triple click. And plate. Enter. So I'd just like to go in a 3D view here, which is actually hard to see. I might just use the home button. And just zoom in a bit. We're going to sketch the nameplate on to this surface, and you can see that surface is highlighting. So on this surface here, on the side of the vertical tube, so I'm going to select that. Good. So now we have our sketch tools. I'm going to use the rectangle. Approximately here, I'm going to click and drag out. And I'm going to do a second click just to set an approximate size nameplate. So I'm just going to use a slightly different technique for sizing it, just to show you how that works. Dimension tool, we can click on that line, bring the dimension up, click, and I don't remember what size we made, but I'm going to go 50, enter. Also, we need to size this edge here, so click, and I think we made that 20, enter. Now we can position the name tag so it's in line with these holes. So we could say from this edge to the center of that circle. So if you just click the circle, we can say I want that to be 10. And if you can quickly do the math, I'm going to click on that circle there. And that dimension there, those holes were 40mm apart. So I think that's going to be 5, is it? Try that into. So that has evenly spaced the circles. And then we also need, using the circle tool, touch that circle that's on that tube, and then it should snap or pop onto the center. Click and draw out your circle. So you've actually drawn 2 circles. And we also need to add a little curve on those corners. So you can use this one, fillet tool. So if you just place your cursor on the corner, click, it'll give it a curve. So you can go around, do all of them first, and then you can just make it as small or large as you like. Perhaps I'll make mine 3 mils. That looks quite nice actually. And then I'm going to press enter. So that's the metal. We'll do the letters in a minute. I'm going to go finish sketch. And then I'm just going to orbit a little bit. So I'm in a 3D position. Escape to get out of orbit. Extrude. Click on the shape. And then click and drag a 2mm piece of aluminium. That's what it is. And go OK. So that looks pretty good. You can see all the sketch work behind those blue lines. I'm just going to open the folder and turn that off. That's a bit tidier. That's good. Now we want some letters on there. Just close that folder. So sketch tool again, and then put your cursor on that surface, see how it highlights. You could even sketch on that little thin edge if you wanted, but we're going to sketch on that surface. Click on that. So here go the sketch tools, go to create, use text, and then approximately I'm going to start my name here, so I'm going to click. The default height is 10mm, which would be too big for this, and I think our letters were 6mm. And then in the text you click here and write your name. I'm doing it in capitals. And you can change the font. And I want Times New Roman. So that's good. Last thing to do is just make sure you're happy with the placement. Approximately there. And then go OK. Finish sketch. Now if that sketch disappears, this is good that this has happened, is because I did hide the sketch folder. So if you just open the eye, it'll come back on. So that's good. Then we're going to use the extrude command, and you just select the text and you can see it highlights. So if you click on that, and you can just drag back, I'd say -1mm would be plenty. In fact, -0.5 is probably more accurate. Click OK. And now we have to turn that sketch off to see what we've done, and that's the nameplate finished. Oh, last thing to do, let's go modify. Let's give it a sort of a more silvery appearance to look like aluminium, hopefully. Let's have a look. What have we got? Metal. Got that anodized stuff too, haven't we? Might just try this. Yeah, that's lightened it up, that's better. Animate. Yeah, that's better. So you should have your name tag to complete the model. Here's another little tip. If you use this arrow, you can view your model in perspective. I like using this option. This is the best one to use. So it gives it a slightly more realistic appearance when you're looking at it in 3D, but if you go to the 2D view, it always snaps into that true shape. So that's good. Actually, when you hit home, yeah, it's still in perspective, so it looks good. I think that's a nice position to view it. Shows all the detail of the features. Yeah, if you've completed this model, pat yourself on the back, because that's really good for Year 10 to be able to model this many components using a variety of methods and techniques. So it's a great start if you can do this this year, because next year in senior level your design work will be that much better. So that's great. Right, thanks a lot, guys.